Struggling to score goals on FC25? Let's talk to you about many different ways that you find the back of the net. So to start things off, we're going to take a look at how we can use triggering runners to create chances on FC25. Now, I will say this year, I feel like you get a little bit more movement with relation to FC IQ. So I'm actually experimenting with not triggering as many runners because that's something that I can be quite guilty of throughout my time. But either way, we can still use it to our advantage. We picked the ball up here with Hamsik in a very, very good scenario where what we want to try and do is push the opponent's defense back by giving ourselves those runners. Then Hamsik can look to go forward and pick a pass if obviously one of those runners is appealing for us. So I'm pointing my stick in the direction of Thoram and then Jota tapping L1 and then triggering those runners as they go in behind. Now Jota picks the ball up here. I go for a quick stop and turn to see if I can get into that angle, but don't. And now this position's actually really, really good for us because the opponent is looking at Thoram and thinking, I'm going to look for a quick 1-2 or I'm going to lay the ball into him. And this is where on FC25 right now, if you're struggling to create chances or struggling to get past the defender when you get in this one-on-one scenario, you must use this, the L1 speed boost. This is going to work best with players that have high acceleration and ideally have the explosive running style if you are on next generation of the game. And this is where you hold L1, and as you let go of L1, you then enable sprint. So one's on, you let go, and you enable sprint and you burst away. And we're going to look to attack this gap here because he's aware of Thoram. He's moving his defender upwards and I'm going to go in that different direction. Now this is with Jota, who isn't the quickest, but he can still kind of get into that position for us and use that L1 speed boost. So just taking a look at the controller in the top of the screen, you can see holding L1 and then as I let go of it, boom, holding that sprint button and saying, see you later. Moving on to our next example here. This is something that I really just think is basic, is bare bones, but so many players don't get it right. Using triangles. The way you are going to play FC across every formation, whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. You're going to operate in triangles. And this is just essentially where we're going to look to lay the ball back into one player. We're going to trigger a runner and we might lay the ball into there. And you can use this from your right back, right centre back and your right DM. You can use it with your right attacking mid, centre attacking mid, centre defensive mid. It all works the same, right? So I pick the ball up here. I want Hamsik to attack this space into there. I don't want to just attack with two players. You want to make sure you have options. So I'm going to tap L1 in the direction of Hamsik to first trigger him on a run. Then I lay the ball into here. And then Thoram's already making that run in behind, playing that through ball, getting through. Now, this is what I want to talk to you about today. And this is what I think for myself and maybe for you at home as well is where we're going wrong on FC25. I'm getting caught in my own head a lot of the times. I'm thinking, oh, goalkeeper movement. I'm not back in the finishing. Can I green time it? Do I go for a finesse? Do I go across goal? Do I go near post? My advice to you is just shoot. Shoot across body and you will find yourself having such success. Don't really think about finesses unless they have the finesse shot play style and it's outside the box. If you are inside the 18-yard box, as a general rule of thumb, shoot across your body, across goal, and you'll find the back of the net so many times. Now, obviously, if goalkeeper movement comes into it, we'll touch on that very shortly. So you can just see here with Thoram, I'm not messing around. I'm not dilly-dallying. I'm just getting that strike off. I'm hitting it across my body, and bang, we're creating that goal directly from there. Now, something to take note of as well, triggering runners, right? You can look to plan your attacks and build your attacks. I was having a coaching session with one of my friends and I was talking to him about how you need to plan your attacks rather than just reacting to what is happening on the screen and going with it. You need to think about things. So I'm going to send Diaby on a run here when I release this ball. And then in my mind, as I've got this, I'm thinking, how can I get the ball to him if that fullback does commit? And Gvardiol, look how far away Gvardiol is from the rest of his defence. There is a lot of room for us to go. Diaby's got that pace, and then he's in behind. Now, when you look at this, this is a real threaded through ball that we need through here. And this is where I think using the swerve on demand passes are really crucial. If your player has incisive pass play style, these will make it even better as well. It's where you hold the L2, LT button and you input triangle for obviously a through ball, and you're just going to get it go round and then back in. And that is what's going to make this through ball actually work for you. If you try a normal through ball here, I think they're flat. I think Gvardiol intercepts it. Now I'm looking at it and going, okay, how can I use Thoram to my advantage? Looking for the player lock and then the L1 square. I'm struggling a little bit with big men at the minute. You know, I really like having aerial plus where possible. Thoram has it on silver. I'm struggling a little bit to kind of get those big men to work, so I'll kind of come back to you a later date with regards to them and how we're going to find success with them. Now, playing out from the back. To create chances and to score more goals on FC25, you cannot afford to lose it in the middle. You really need to try and draw in pressure and then lay the ball out. If you can beat and take a few players out of the game, you're going to find it so much easier for you. And that's what I do here. I pick the ball up, I play it into Thoram in the middle, and then I get to go. I'll do that again just for you one more time. I'm working it downwards. He's pressing, he's coming down, he's coming down. One little touch on the inside, bang, I've took that player out of the game. Now, and this is something that I think is really crucial, and if you've got long ball plus play style or even just silver, you'll find every person doing this. Long ball was unbelievable last year. It's very good again this year. Just looking for L1 triangles over the top. You can play this with centre mids, whoever has that long ball plus. You could do a Trent at right back, whatever it is, and just play this. Now, this isn't a tactic which I'm using, which I'll touch on with you in another video. And I'm looking to say, can I use that wing? L1 triangle over the top. I'm triggering the runner. Can I get it in the box? Unfortunately, a bad cross from Jota, but you get the idea there with what we're looking to do. So moving on to another example for us. When we get the ball into this space here, we need to try and capitalise on this from the opponent's point of view where we can. Now, I could lay the ball into Thoram. I could look to go to Jota, but I'm going to play to my strengths of my players as well. I have Hamsik, got him in my pre-order pack. He has the Power Shot Plus. Don't forget about Power Shot Plus. If any of your players have it, or even silver, get that shot off, bang. See if you can test the goalkeeper, and you'll find yourself having a lot of success as well. Pick the ball up here, play the ball into Jota, and then I'm looking at this and going, okay, how can I use this to my advantage? Similar to what we spoke about earlier on. We've got Thoram there. He's kind of the little bit of bait. Are we going to look for a 1-2? And the key to this is sometimes look for the 1-2. Sometimes play the ball to Thoram. Keep the opponent guessing. Other times, can I drive at you and can I get past you? Can I look for an L1 speed boost? Can I look for a step over? I get the step over and then bang. And again, I reiterate my point in this video. Trust your shooting. Trust yourself. We would normally go across goal here, right? Only reason why I haven't gone across goal here is because I've played against this opponent for 72 minutes. I've got an understanding of what sort of opponent he is, and I know he likes to move the goalkeeper. He falls into that trap and moves the goalkeeper here, so I don't hesitate. I just shoot and go for that near post. Now, if he doesn't move the goalkeeper, yeah, he probably saves this, and I don't get it, but that's fine. I committed to my decision. I backed myself in this area, and thankfully, it's going to pay off for us. He goes and moves the goalkeeper. And I think we even green time it as well, just to be sure. And obviously green timing we'll talk to you in another video as well. Now we pick the ball up. Hamsik, I'm moving upwards. The opponent is running with me. He thinks I'm going to take that touch upwards. Can I put myself in his shoes and think, what's he going to do here? So let's turn. Now, if I turn upwards this way, what am I doing at the whole time while I'm doing this? I'm protecting the ball. Hamsik's in between the ball and the player. So even if he tries to read this, he's not going to be able to win the ball. Yes, he may shoulder me. He may tackle me a little bit, but he's not going to win the ball cleanly. So I'm going to look for just a left stick turn. And then what am I going to do? As I said to you about, looking to lay that ball out. Now, this is a great position for Thoram to make a run. I trigger him on a run by tapping L1. But if I just tap L1, he's just going to run in a straight line. That's what happens when you trigger someone on a run. So now I'm going to use creative runs. I want him to run into this direction where I'm here. So following that tap of L1, I'm going to flick the right stick in that direction, and he's going to get into a much more dangerous position. Yes, I could play this upwards here, and he could just go straight, and then I could look for the shot across goal. But we have to think that the AI is going to track that run much easier. I'm trying to confuse his defenders. I'm trying to confuse him as a player. So you can see his left centre-back doesn't really know where to go. His right centre-back, who he's controlling Disassi, is nowhere to kind of do anything. I managed to get through. Unfortunately, the shot not finding the back of the net, but principle the same. Again, reiterating on it. Sometimes be quick on the counter. Mix it up a little bit. Don't be repetitive. Don't make it easy for the opponent to read you. I pick the ball up with Hamsik. I'm looking at that mini map. I see Jota's got space. Let's play that ball then. Let's look for that L1 triangle over the top, and let's look to punish. And we get that into there. I tap L1, send Thoram on the run. Goalkeeper, don't know where he is, don't know what he's doing. And finally, the big man doing the job for me. Again, just some couple more examples of kind of how I'm looking to move and transition and attack, and just real create chances. But I really can't kind of emphasize it enough. Back yourself in your finishing here. Same again. I red time that, but I still back myself across goal. literally the last 2 days, I've been getting in, I've been umming and ahhing, I'm look the keeper movement, you know, whatever it is, and it's really been playing on to me. Last point, L2 triangle, the swerve on demand pass. If I do a normal triangle here, it gets intercepted. I'll play this just a little bit round. I could play it over the top as well also. And I back my finish in. Thuram finds the back of the net. As always, folks, if you did enjoy this video, please let me know by leaving a like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you're struggling with down below in the comments. I'm always here to help where I can. And if you did miss our defending video, click this right here, and that will take you over to it.